Hey guys, what is up? It is Bibzuda7 here again, and it is time for a nice old classic rant. Because my goodness, what on earth is Jagex thinking with this Fresh Start Worlds event? I have no idea. So, if you are not up to speed, yesterday, I think, I believe it was yesterday, or maybe it was even on Saturday, I don't remember exactly, but some point over the weekend, there was a RuneScape announcement or news post from their new website that that they used for the Zamorak boss high scores. There was a new page on there discovered and posted to Reddit. So basically, this was leaking the announcement that they've been talking about since last week when the 300 mil account celebration started. And they said a bunch of times leading up to this that we've been working on something for months to celebrate 300 million accounts. We've been thinking, how can we celebrate it? We thought of this and we've been working on it for months. And if you've read the article, you know it's called Fresh Start Worlds. And it might just be Jagex's worst idea since the implementation of MTX because I literally can't even wrap my head around it. It baffles me. It confounds the senses. It's the stupidest thing I've ever read in my life. And they did a live stream today, which I also watched, to address the feedback because ever since that post leaked, people have been like, this is a terrible idea. You need to change this, and this. And they did a live stream, and man, that did not help. I'll tell you what. So I'm going to go into it now here and just go over all the information and give my thoughts because holy smokes, they need to get a grip because this was actually the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. So I can pull up the thing that they posted. The original leaked page has been taken down, and they said, as like damage control, like this isn't the full announcement. You guys are missing some important context that we need to include to make it make sense as to why we're doing all these stupid and terrible ideas. And just wait for the news post on Monday, and that will explain everything. I'll tell you right now, it did not. So let me pull up the page here for you guys. And this is what they posted today on the 15th. So they say it again here. To mark the milestone of 300 million accounts, this has nothing to do with 300 million accounts. It's basically goes against celebrating that people have made all these accounts. It's like shoving that in your face and saying, make a new account. It's so stupid. So yeah, basically I would call it, and I think it's perfectly fair to, at the very least, compare it to, if not also call it, the old school RuneScape leagues, but for RS3. They keep saying it's not leagues for RS3. This isn't our attempt at making leagues or a seasonal game. It is. It's a league. It's a separate game, separate worlds, new economy, new everything. And there's specific buffs and bonuses that you can get and that are active on it. And it's for a limited time, and there's a competitive high score. That's basically the definition of the league mechanics from old school. The only thing is it doesn't have any interesting, special, unique part to it. It's basically just a restarted game with all those random bonuses. So that's what I would call it. But they are trying to say that that's not what it is. I don't really care what they say because everything they've said so far is actually so stupid. So let's see. What do we got here? There's faster leveling. So you can get accelerated XP, blah, blah, blah. Peaking at the 8-week mark I barely even read all this because I'd already known all of it for the most part. You can get these inverted skill capes where the trim and the base color are swapped. There's this pet. There's these new tradable rares, these halos, which this, my friend HP literally said, yeah, they just took a disc of returning and put it on your head, which is basically what that looks like. Skill pets with halos. Yeah, whatever. I mean, there's so much text here, but you can get these tradable rare halos from getting, I think, what did they say? You have to achieve 8 milestones. And these are, so you have to get 500 total levels 8 times, which is obviously impossible. So you'd have to combine it 50 quest points. You could do that if you just got all the quest points, or 2,000 runes every 2,000 rune score. So whatever you get that tradable Halo. Yeah, again, there's just so much pointless information that's not even worth reading here, because once you understand about the details of the event, I mean, I will absolutely not be touching this for any reason unless they change it completely. Because yeah, let's keep going here. The challenger, there's a challenge. The gold Halo is harder to get. Who knows how you get that? Earned by either, yeah, you have to get a world first or be in the top 100 of any skills high scores. Yeah, good luck doing that with the way they've got this. Then there's all these boons which give you more XP or increased drop rates of sorts. Infinitely reusable food item with a 5-minute cooldown. That's like the cake. Scrolls of leveling that increase the level of your choice by 1. So you can just use that to skip like 90 to 99. You get multiple of those. I mean, look at all these stupid things. I don't know. 100% chance to get a skilling pet, whatever. Now, basically, this is what it all comes down to right here. The main focus or thing that they were talking about with this is this whole world's first race and high score challenges. So you know, similar to like the old school leagues, kind of, there's going to be a time limited portion of the event where you try to get the first 99 or be in the top 100 on each skill high scores. And if you are, you get one of these gold halos. So yeah, that's basically it. The problem with this is, and I don't even know where it says it here, but it was on the other news post of this. It doesn't even seem to be anywhere obvious on here like it was on that leaked post. But basically, the problem here is so the whole event lasts 4 months or 16 weeks, but the competition portion is only 8 weeks, so the first half. However, during this whole entire first half of the event, you can still purchase bonds and, you know, trade them on this separate game mode. And they tried to address this in the stream when Hooli asked the lady, I think her name was Kayala or something, why they have bonds. Her response was just hilarious. She was like, because we want people to get rune coins. It's like she didn't even know what to say, because what the real truth is, why you can buy bonds right off the bat, is because we want players to give us more money. I don't. What do you mean? What kind of a question is that? It's just and this isn't even the worst part. I haven't even gotten to the worst part because I've been getting distracted by different things. The worst part about this is that this will require you to create a brand new RuneScape account and buy membership to even participate. You cannot use your existing main accounts. You cannot use any existing account. You have to create a brand new account after it comes out. I guess there's probably going to be something in the character creation screen that's going to be like, this is a fresh start worlds account, kind of like how you do for Iron Man. I don't know, but you cannot use existing accounts. So basically they said, to celebrate 300 million accounts, we're going to make an event where you are required to make another account and give us money in order to participate. So yeah, congratulations, guys. Thanks for supporting us to reach this point. Now give us more money right away, please. Thank you. I cannot wrap my head around the thinking. Well, I can, honestly, because it's we want more money and that's it. That's all we care about. So I don't get it, because on all of old school RuneScape's leagues, you are able to use your existing account, and there's rewards that can come back to that account in the main game if you do well in the leagues and stuff. But this version, that is not the case at all. You have to make a new account and buy membership, and then you'll be able to kind of transfer some of the rewards from your new fresh start account to your main account if you want. And that includes things like the skilling pet skins and the skill cape skins. Those will be tradable tokens that you will get on your fresh start account that will transfer over into the main game when the event ends. And you can then trade those to your main account, or you can trade them to other people and sell them if you do so want. So, wow, it is, I don't know, it's unreal. It's unreal. This whole event is actually ridiculous. So yeah, once the event ends, you will have your account transferred over to the main game as a normal main account. So if you are able to get anything on there, you get your stats up, or using all these ridiculous boosts, you get stats, you get drops, you get whatever. You'll keep all of that going into the main game. So yeah, I don't see that as the biggest deal, but some people are saying like it's going to be ridiculously easy for people to get max. People are going to farm up drops using these boosts of drop chance and stuff, and that's definitely possible. But I personally don't see anybody even bothering to play this stupid mode because you have to make a new account and buy membership for it, and that just baffles me that they have that as the what you need to do in order to even play it. I can't understand how they think anybody would want to do this. Well, it didn't say this in the actual the leaked post, but they've been saying ever since, we want to try and get players to come back to the game. We're trying to get returning players in, force them to make a new account, even if they're a returning player and already had an account. We want to force those new returning players to start over from scratch, and then we'll give them all these buffs, help them get past the early game that they probably have already done, even because they're a returning player. But then they'll be able to move those accounts into the main game and play like that. I don't think anybody is going to come back to the game for this event. It would make no sense to me for anybody to do that. And even if they did, when you look at the details of this event, let's say I'm someone who hasn't played in 5, 6+ years, and I'm totally clueless about a lot of the new stuff in the game. You know what I'm definitely not going to want to do when I'm coming back to the game to try and figure things out is try and join a competitive, high-score, world-first race event that's limited time, even if maybe there's some buffs or I can get my stuff into the main game later. I mean, they really framed this all wrong at the start and then tried to pivot it as to being for returning players. And they also said on the stream, because people were like, hey, what does this actually have to do with getting 300 million accounts? How is this a celebration? And they literally said, guys, this has nothing to do with 300 mil accounts. We were just saying that before just to get you hyped up. It absolutely is irrelevant in terms of 300 mil accounts. We're just leveraging the press of the game getting 300 million accounts to promote our stupid, terrible cash grab event. Guys, how could you not understand that? I nearly lost it when I heard that. That was so funny to me because they've been saying in that leaked post and everything and in all the pre-release information where they've been leading up to this announcement that we've been working on this for months to celebrate 300 billion accounts. It's going to be amazing. And then they turn around in this stream and say, guys, this is not to celebrate the accounts. We're just leveraging the press so we can make more money. I mean, guys, that should be clear to anybody. Unreal. It's the stream was actually so detrimental for me based on what they said in there. And so this is all crazy, but then also another issue which isn't being talked about as much and I think is still quite relevant because of the fact that it's not being talked about as much because of the fact that of course you need the new account and membership, which is of course the huge issue. But say you could even use your existing account like it was an old school RuneScape League. It is also not Iron Man mode on this game. So you're able to, you're able to use the GE, you're able to trade with other people. And so basically, if people want, and I'm sure people will, especially if they're the type of people who are going to be playing this game mode, they will just use, I'll give some random person, say there's someone here with me. I'll just give them 200 mil here on RuneScape, the main game. And then on the Fresh Start BS, they'll give me, 100 Ceradome and Brews. I don't know. Things like that. People are going to be using, swapping. Like, you can already do that. People already have a ton of services and whatever to swap gold from RuneScape 3 gold into old school. People did it from old school into Dead Man mode when that came out because that had trade enabled. And that's just going to be another way for people to get unfairly ahead, just like if they were to just buy bonds on that game mode right off the bat as well. So they were saying on the stream, you're not going to be able to buy a bond and on the Fresh Start Worlds and just throw it in the GE for 50 mil because it's a new GE. That doesn't freaking matter people are going to be, there's going to be people on the game mode who are doing it just to make money. And what they would do is they would certainly trade you 50 Snapdragons or whatever for a bond, because then they can just keep that bond on their fresh start account and wait until it transfers into the normal game. And that bond is suddenly worth however much a bond is worth nowadays. I don't even know. I don't think I have any. Does it tell me the price? No. But yeah, so it still is very significant that you can buy bonds, and it's also very significant that it is not Iron Man mode, because that pretty much just completely degrades the whole competitive aspect of it. Because even if you're not too worried about people transferring wealth in the way I described, you can still just buy bonds and get an unfair advantage from that. So yeah, there's so many things wrong with this. And not to mention, after those 8 weeks, and at least that's the end of the so-called competition period, but after those 8 weeks, Treasure Hunter gets enabled as well on this limited time game mode. And you can again think, oh, well, they're coming over the main game, so it's hardly limited time. I don't care. It's so just obvious, blatant greed and money grabbing, this event. And they said on the stream, this is so people get used to the normal RuneScape experience. And oh yeah, they better get used to having MTX shoved down their throat at every God-given opportunity, because that is how things are going to go whenever they come over to the main game. Oh my God, the rant is off the charts. They also on the stream, the lady said, yes, we've been hearing all your guys' feedback, we've been understanding it, but that doesn't really mean we're going to change anything. So basically, let me translate that for you. Yeah, we're hearing your guys' feedback, and we don't give a damn. We don't care what you guys think. We are just gonna do this because we want the money. Okay, you guys can stuff it. That's basically what she might as well have said, because that is clearly the vibe they're giving off. Everyone is saying on Reddit and everywhere is this event is stupid, clearly cash grabbing, clearly just I'm not gonna play this. I haven't talked to a single person that has said that they're going to play this event. And I can't imagine why anybody would play it unless you are just trying to get those rares for whatever reason. I don't know. I can't fathom the motivation for people to play it. I guess if you're like 5.6 bill maxed and want to, just mess around with it for fun, maybe, but still, it just seems like such a stupid, poorly thought out event that they're just trying to use to get to money grab. And oh man, so yeah, let me see if there's anything else on this page I wanted to talk about. I kind of just started going off on my own and ranting. One thing from the patch notes, the stupid balloon event that's going on right now, they've doubled the amount of fragments you get now until the end of the event, so pretty much the same way as the Green Santa event, where they increased the rates on the paper. They've increased the rates here, so you'll get more of that now. And yeah, I haven't gotten anything. I've gotten one purple lamp, I think, in like 30K fragments that I've turned in on my other account. So I kind of just autopilot did Herbler XP, even though I'm 120 on this account, because that's what I always do on my Iron Man. But yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. I don't really know what else to say. It's kind of insane to me that this is like, I still am baffled that they are this stupid. It's really just unreal. I don't know what else to say outside of that. As far as anything else in this week's patch notes, there was a big list of patch notes, but they were all listed under general. Something that was hot fixed and is now listed in these patch notes is that you can get loot and XP and Slayer task progress off the wilderness ambushes. And while that's good because it was stupid that they didn't give anything before, there's still no real reason for you to fight them, because it's just going to be a difficult thing to do for no extra reward. It doesn't make any sense to me why you would ever stick around to fight off an ambush when you can literally surge bladed dive away and they will immediately drop aggro and then disappear shortly thereafter. So yeah, I don't really know why they haven't made it so they have some sort of increased drop chance, or there's some sort of incentive to killing them, because as it is, there's still no reason to do so. But at least they give drops at all, so that's, I guess, good. I don't think there was any other big things in here that were worth mentioning. They did change the info box messages, a lot of them in the Zami fight, into standard chat box messages, so that's probably good. There was a lot of annoying ones, like on when you were charging the edicts and stuff, that they've hopefully changed around. And let's see, anything else? Blah blah blah. Scrolling. No, it doesn't seem to be any other changes in the patch notes here. So very bare bones week. They still haven't fixed the fire giants task being available in the wilderness, despite there not being any fire giants in the wilderness. There are still no changes for solo phase 7 Zamorak. And yeah. So I mean, I pretty much ranted on the event. I probably forgot some things to mention, or sounded a little bit crazy at some points, but it was pretty much just me just brain dumping about my thoughts, and I didn't really like put together a whole bulleted list of points or anything like that I wanted to talk about. So that's basically the gist of the rant. You guys can let me know your thoughts in the comments. Honestly, if you are planning to play this event or you do want to play it, please go ahead and explain to me your thoughts in the comments section, because I truly cannot wrap my head around why anybody would play this event outside of someone who's a brand new player and making a brand new account for the first time. Might as well play the event for those bonuses. But someone on a main account, like, do you really want to start over and start trading this account up just to get those small increases to drop rates when you could just PVM on your already existing account, while instead of doing that, and probably get as many drops, if not more, because you'll be doing the PVM for a longer amount of time? You'll have to redo quests. You'll have to redo all this stuff. I don't know. Just let me know in the comments. I gotta go like smash my head off the wall to try and figure out what they're thinking with this, man.